Hey friend, it's Demetra. Welcome if you are new here, and if not, welcome back. On my channel, I cover my weight loss, healing, and self-development journey. So if you're interested in that content, then please subscribe to my channel and join the Journey family. In today's video, I was not planning to do this, but it is a part of my healing, so I decided to bring you guys along with me. And of course, I'm looking at the road because I'm driving. I am on the road on the way to a doctor's appointment with my neurologist. And I had an MRI last week of my brain with and without contrast to look for any growth or any new white lesions on my brain. And healing is within our bodies as well as our mental health. So I did want to bring you guys along with me. I'm at a stoplight right now, so I can look at the camera briefly. Bringing you guys along with me to get my results today from my MRI. I haven't had one in over a year now, so I am a little anxious about the results, but I know that God has me and that everything is going to be okay. I have a condition called radiological isolated syndrome, and even some physicians haven't heard about this when I mentioned it to them, especially if they're not in the neurology field. So what it is a 2 steps away from multiple sclerosis. My aunt has multiple sclerosis, and so when they found the syndrome, the condition, and it all started over dizziness, actually, which I thought was vertigo because I do have a history of vertigo. So, and I kept going to the doctor like, the vertigo treatment didn't help. Like, you have to advocate for yourself and make sure that you're advocating for yourself. Don't just take somebody's answer, and then assume that because they're a physician that they know. You know what's going on with your body. You know if it's something more. So listen to yourself, right? So I did, and I kept pushing, and I ended up with, so then they thought, well, maybe it's migraines, because I was dizzy straight for like 3 or 4 months. And then eventually got sent to a neurologist, the light screen guy, so I'm looking back at the road. Got sent to a neurologist, and the neurologist ordered an MRI. If any of you guys are on my chart, how you can get your results back. This is my very first MRI a couple years ago when we were trying to get to the root of the problem, or why I was having dizzy spells. So you can see my chart before the doctor even has a chance to read it, right? So I had just had my MRI. Me and my husband stopped at the store. Hadn't even gotten home yet from that appointment, and he went in the store, and I got a notification that my results were on my chart. So I log on to my chart, and you can't really understand some of the medical jargon if you're not in that field. But what I did notice was it said multiple sclerosis, and so I started freaking out. He comes back to the car wanting to know, like, what's wrong? So I explained to him, and I remember he just wanted to get me home because I was so emotional and so afraid. And in my overthinking mind, thinking about being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, like, my mind's eye already pictured myself in a wheelchair and paralyzed and all these other things that come versus with multiple sclerosis. And he was speeding that day, and I remember we got pulled over by the police, and I begged that officer to please don't give us a ticket. We've already got bad news. Like, I was crying, and I told him we had already got bad news, and that I had just been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and like, I was freaking out. So shout out to that officer that didn't give us a ticket that day. Thank the Lord. So eventually I get to talk to my physician, and because I don't have the symptoms of somebody with MS, then it's not considered considered MS. It's considered radiological isolated syndrome, and there's that. And then the next stage is, I think, clinical isolated syndrome, and don't quote me on that because I'm not positive, but something isolated syndrome, and then multiple sclerosis. So they put me, we talked about whether or not, you know, I would go on medication to get treated, and I told her about my aunt. That's when we decided, because it is in my family, to go ahead and treat me. So I started out with the medication that is an injection 3 times a week in my, and I'm sorry if the camera's shaking, guys, the road's just kind of janky where I'm at. Decided to treat me. That medication was injections. I was on the injections for a while, and they were leaving some knots on my thighs. So I discussed with the doctor, are there any other options for treatment, because the medication, the injections were painful, and I showed her my legs, which is where it was recommended to take them. So we decided to go with a pill that I take daily, and that's been so much better for the treatment. I've been on that for, I don't know the time frame, guys, because I was like in the middle of a nervous breakdown last year, so I kind of lost track of a lot of things, and this appointment is, I'm sure, long overdue because of that period where I was really just neglecting myself. So I'm taking you all with me today to get the results of my MRI. Hey friend, I'm back. I just got out of my doctor's appointment, and there are no new lesions, and the ones that are there have not grown. They are considered inactive lesions, so it was a great appointment. She said that everything is stable with my condition, and we're going to continue to monitor it, and I'm going to continue on the medication that I'm on, and see them back in about 6 months. So it was a great appointment, great news, and yeah, I just wanted to share. And I guess the takeaway from this should be for you guys to not to neglect your health, and to advocate for yourself. If you feel like something is going on with your body, then make sure that your voice is heard with your physicians and those who are being paid to provide you with health care. I know this is not my typical video, but I just wanted to document it because it is a part of my healing journey. So for more healing, self-development, and weight loss content, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video to my channel. Comment, like, and share this video. And until next time, you know, bye friend. Mwah.